Alright you guys, welcome back to another U150 video. Today we're going to be taking a loser's bracket matchup between Alolan, Goleom, and Empoleon. Now on paper, this seems like a really bad matchup for Empoleon, considering that it's weak to lightning. And would you know what it is? Not only is the lightning weakness a big problem, the other problem is I'm trying to think if there's a way that Empoleon can knock out Alolan Goleom easily, and it's not really. Like, if Grady just plays correctly with his bench and whatnot, Alolan Goleom could just run it over. There is also the school of thought that you just don't go for Alolan Goleom. You just go for this early Zebstrika sort of thing, or you could even attack with just like Graveler and whatnot, because of the water weakness, you can really capitalize on that. So I think that's how this matchup just kind of goes. I can't think of any other way. I think it's just a really bad matchup for Empoleon, based surely on the weakness. I don't think there's anything else that's like really swingy in this matchup. The item lock from Zebstrika, I guess, could be an issue. But really, the other thing behind that, the Golem, is that first attack, that 80 damage with the weakness, is going to pretty much knock out everything in Empoleon's deck, right? Like, it's just going to plow right through. It's, even at this point, like, what am I to do? Like, a Guzma DCE just kind of ruins me, and if I don't get return KO, the game is pretty much just over. So I don't really know what the plan is here. It looks like I'm not going into Spirit Tomb and just saying, I'm going to forego the Spirit Tomb. I'll let Grady make the first move. Killing the Spirit Tomb is not necessarily a bad option. It's getting me that first prize and hopefully being able to trade. But then again, Grady is getting a lot more setup with me purely based off Spirit Tomb. Just because he's guaranteed the search, right? Even though we're both item locked, he's guaranteed all this stuff. But anyways, he rips the Claydol off the Coal Wrist to 8. And it might, and he's considering passing here because I think the Prinplip's attack only does 20 damage. So if you don't attack into Spirit Tomb, he hesitates. If you hesitate there, it's like, oh, do I give him the free knockout? Do I give him first blood, pretty much? And I think what Grady does is correct here, because I have to attack, and so Grady gets Grady's gonna get first items pretty much anyways, right? Because I'm gonna either attack and put 50 damage total onto Spirit Tomb, or he just gets to retreat. But the other aspect of that is I could just attach another water energy to Prinplup and use its second attack to knock him out. So he was getting a knockout either way. I think the Zebstrika is more important to search out right away, rather than me losing another energy, right? So I do get the first knockout here. Grady comes up with the Alolan Golem with 2 energies attached. If he can get a heavy rock here, which the Karina is probably going to go for computer search for that DCE, I would bet you anything. Then it's going to really set me back because I don't have much of anything. But instead he goes for the Swoop and the Evo, so to get the second Porygon. And here's a Lux Ball, maybe for Lapras for teammates. Grady teammates Thomas. I can't imagine. Yeah, there's a face down card going onto the mat, so he is going to be searching out that teammates most likely, or the Mallow. Nope, it's going to be the teammates. One of those most likely being DCE, and he might be setting up for next turn with a Goop in hand ready to go, or a Hex for next turn, something. So Grady using Heavy Rock successfully here. Changes his mind on one of the cards. Like I said, I think Goop or Hex might be his second card he goes with. I don't think Energy Removal or Gust is necessarily correct. But then again, what do I know? So there's the Heavy Rock GX coming down. And what do I do back? I can't play anything from my hand. I can at least Brooklet Hill. There's no Prinplups, and there's the Claydol's already out. Lapras is, I think, the only Pokemon that's searchable with Brooklet Hill that's left. So yeah, it will just be the 10 damage Peck after that heavy rock comes down early to get to stay in this lead. Once again, board position for Grady's side. Just being stupidly good. So let's see what it decides to go with. Is it going to be a red card, most likely followed by a Hex or a Lysander onto the... oh yeah, it's going to be a Mallow. Killing that Claydol is going to be important. Looks like I hit a Oracle off of that, I think I saw. I definitely saw the Oricorio. But that's not going to do a lot of good for him, or for me, because cards are already... I mean, like, he's got nothing in the discard pile, right? He's swooped away the Spiritomb. Oh, sorry, not the Spiritomb, the Dunsparce. And the Spiritomb's in there, too. So, yep, there will be the Lysander, followed by the Goop, knocking out the Baltoy and putting me in just a really bad position after red carding. Something that a Golem can just kind of do. It's got a lot of control cards, so it can take this early lead. And how are you going to knock out a 250 HP Pokemon? So, and it's just going to be another Peck. And there's a Hex and then Versus Seeker for Lysander. Then, oh, you can't do that, Grady. I guess maybe you could draw cards anyways. He's not allowed to... Not allowed to Claydol or Hex, but he could have just Claydol first. It's not going to be much of a matter at this point. The board state is just getting out of control. At this point, I think a Rare Candy Empoleon and some bench Pokemon might do enough damage. But we'll see what I get off the N to 7. 2 Prinplups down, a Porygon, but that's not going to be good enough, I don't think. And it's going to be retreat into the Oricorio and a pass. Oricorio is 90 HP, does not die from Golem's first 80 damage attack. So Grady either going to have to damage himself or retreat into the Zebstrika and do something cute there, or just get a Muscle Band. Item Finder could grab Versus Seeker for Lysander or for Mallow for the Muscle Band. Could just grab a Hex and hit me for 80. A lot of stuff. Looks like he does decide to go with Lysander. That's what Grady's doing. Yep. So it's going to be an Item Finder for Versus Seeker for Lysander. It's a super energy removal to get rid of more energy on my board. Just really making sure I'm not going to get that big attack off. The retreat was, on my side, was most likely to save the energy. I think Grady's lightning energy... Oh, no, Muscle Band's going to go on the Zebstrika so that he can start knocking me out with Item Lock after next turn. Kind of setting up if this Golem goes down. But anyways, successfully Lysandering around the Oricorio. Grady's taking a commanding lead at this point. I'm hovering the Dive Ball. Don't really know what to do with this. I do have a counter energy in the deck for the Empoleon, but instead it's going to be a Lapras, maybe for teammates. Grady did not Hex this turn. So perhaps it will be for, yep, it's going to be for teammates, maybe getting counter energy Oak if I have a dead hand, which I most likely do considering that my hand was Dive Ball for Lapras for teammates. So we would say probably the counter energy and Oak. I don't really know what's in my hand, but there is the counter energy followed by the Oak. So we're going to try to hit that Empoleon and maybe a damage modifier to get a big old knockout here. Do I see a chance to get back into the game? There's a Rescue Stretcher, looks like for Baltoy. Ooh, that's just going to be Shuffle 3 back in. Palpad also shuffling stuff back in. If the Empoleon was here, it would be here. Maybe I have an Uxie I'm trying to just dump cards to try to draw, but if I had the Empoleon, I would have played it by now. Would have slammed it down right away. And, oh man, it's just going to be Prinplup's attack. At this point, it is pretty much all over. Grady can retreat into the Zebstrika. He can play Hexes. See, he's even Lucamining for the Rough Seas and the Hex. Going to be able to just take knockouts over and over and over again. It's just going to be a Hex down and another knockout, promoting the Prinplup under Hexlock. What can I do? I got the Juniper showing the Porygon too that I ripped off the top. doesn't do me much good anyways. That's a P-com in my hand, but really no way of getting back energies that energy that Grady discarded earlier coming back. Finally, the Evo Soda for the Empoleon. Do we see a way to get a counter or maybe even a double rainbow? There's a dowsing machine for an oak. We're really going for it. There's a bill, because the rainbow energy is a thing. What do we have? No, just showing there. A bench mime, I guess. And this might be a pass. Attach the Oricorio. That's not what you want to see. And another pass. Grady gonna go ahead and probably... Oh, there's a dowsing machine. Hitting everything he needs to in order. It's going to be a Versus Seeker for a Hex and then a Trump card to even take away that Oricorio out. Not that there was much Pokemon in there anyways. Rough Seas to heal the damage. And just going to be 80 damage for the knockout. Bringing up the Lapras with the Fluffy Berry. You're going to draw this Alolan Golem. Gonna go the distance. Zebstrika sitting on the bench as well. I suppose the Mime is blocking any sort of weird 80 damage snipe shenanigans that could come out of the Empoleon, but pretty much everything is going to die to that Zebstrika or to the Alolan Golem. I mean, the second attack alone is going to one-shot everything in my deck. So there's a secret mission. If I was able to knock out the Claydol somehow, then his hand is dead, but that's going to require a rare candy Empoleon Lysander when he only has 2 prizes left, and he'll just come up and bop it. So, not a whole lot going on here. There's the rare candy. Do we see a Aqua Patch attach and a comeback? There's a rescue energy down. Ooh, and no, and it's just probably going to be the 30 damage that will get instantly Rough Seized right off. Creating a level ball for another a Graveler. And this game is all over about the shouting. Oh, not even going to grab a Graveler. Maybe it's prized. Maybe he doesn't want it. Sitting on an Oak in that hand too. Lord. Looks like I have an item finder in that hand of mine. Just waiting for him to Lysander up the Empoleon and cry. So there's an Acrobike. I see a teammates. Great teammates Thomas. That Swoop going to go for a Dynamo. And then we're probably just going to see the Oak come down. This is just utter domination. Item finder for Acrobike. He hits the gust off the Acrobike. Just not having anything. Just a bummer of a game. It's showing the power of Alolan Golem GX in the early game. When it can start taking prizes, it can take prizes. See the backwards card in Grady's hand. That is a Shining Celebi. And let's go ahead and take the knockout. I say, you know, I get all these back in my hand. Let's see if I can get a return KO just to spite. Unlikely. It's going to require a broken time space and a lot of other random shenanigans. So, yep. And then there's a item finder. Going to take a Lysander. Just trying to stall, and we're going to put 30 on the active, and Grady shows me either escape rope or, oh, there's a scoop up. Yep, so just scoop up the active going to Alolan GX for the win. So thank you for watching, guys. We will see you next time.